Welcome, Reckless Wanderers. It's Robert again. I have something cool to show you, and I'm going to try to explain this to you while I'm running this canyon. Actually, this is the first 75 map I'm running with this character, so I have no idea how this goes. I might die here. Maybe not just one time, but multiple times. Because the mods are also kind of meh. But yeah, I wanted to have your opinion on this build. That's not my build that you see here. It's just something that I stumbled upon. Basically, the story behind it is that I found a Sire of Shards when I was mapping with my group buddies. We were doing a Zana mission, and the Zana gave us a nice low-level map. What am I doing here, by the way? And this map gave me the Sire of Shards, and I always wanted to play a Arctic Breath build. Oh, we have Devours. Interesting. So, Sire of Shards with Arctic Breath sounded like the idea. I will loot later, so I can explain the build. And I fell in love with the skill when I was using it with cast and damage taken. And what's a better way of playing a Nova build if you can put the Nova on totems, right? So it's probably not the safest spec, and it's also not the fastest, I would say. But it is a lot of fun. Oh my god, I'm dying a lot. Yeah. You get the gist of it. You run around, cast your totems. Totems create Arctic Breath, chilled ground everywhere. And the group clear speed is generally quite okay. The tar zombies are a bit annoying. But other than that, it works pretty well. So how does this build work? Ow. I'm quite surprised that I'm not dead yet with all the Devours. And they just don't stop spawning. Oh my god. Legacy of the Seal, so if one of them hits me, I'm dead anyway. So whatever. I think I should stop here for a second and explain the build before I really die, which will eventually happen. Okay, let's go into a corner here. Of course, they're following me. And explain what this is. So, Sire of Shards, Arctic Breath, Spell Totem, Cold Penetration, Faster Casting, Hypothermia. I'm using this together with a Soul Mantle, which means I can have 3 totems, so I'm putting out a total of 15 projectiles. I'm further increasing that with the Rain of Splinters, giving me 2 additional projectiles per totem, which bumps up the projectile count to 21. So that's almost 40% more projectiles for 40% reduced totem damage. That is worth it if you consider that Arctic Breath can the explosions can overlap, and if you hit the same target with it, then you have some sort of shotgunning. I'm also using projectile weakness as my main curse. Sounds kind of silly, but it's actually pretty cool because you have, first of all, you have increased damage, which is good, but you also have 50% chance to pierce, and if you pierce, it will create another projectile that can also cause an explosion, so you have more overlap. A negative effect of projectile weakness is you have knockback. I'm countering that with Empire's Grasp, so I have a reverse knockback duration. The targets get pulled into the totems, which makes this build pretty safe. This is not my idea. I think Angry AA did this, tested this first. It's just, yeah, pretty nice thing. For higher maps, I'm also using Frostbite, and because I found this one, I'm just using Druid's Damning, so I have dual curse for a nice damage increase. And the rest of the items are pretty garbage, so there's nothing special about this. Just rare items with high life, high resist. Yeah, whatever, nothing fancy. You can pause the video and look at them if you want. This build makes flasks super important because you are constantly cursed with 3 curses. I'm using 3 warding flasks. I have 2 warding quicksilvers because I like the mobility. Mobility is keeping me alive. And I also have a divine mana flask of warding that has 6 charges and only consumes 5 charges per use. So it charges up really fast, and I usually have charges for this even in boss fights. The other 2 flasks are freeze removal as a seething, instant heal, and a longer duration heal for bleed removal. There's a lot of other stuff that you can do in terms of flasks, so a Serious Promise would probably not bad to get a little bit of chaos damage. Rumi's Concoction would probably help a little bit with survivability, but I really like to have the permanent curse immunity when I can. I'm also using Leap Slam because Sire of Shards is a staff, and with staves you can Leap Slam. And I have, I think that's the boss. Yeah, that is the boss. So let's actually pop this and do all the totem stuff, and I don't know, do this. Again, if he punctures me, I'm dead anyway, so single target is kind of a problem. There we go. So Leap Slam together with faster attacks and Fortify, so you have a little bit of mitigation. On top of that, I'm using Grace for also a little bit of mitigation. It's not much, it's, as you can see, it's 17%. But I tested Grace versus Haste, and for the kill speed increase you gain through haste, you're dying way too much. So it's way too dangerous to run haste over Grace. Overall, I consider this character to be fairly safe, at least for softcore. Slash deaths. I've died 7 times. 2 times was during leveling. I was leveling with Flame Totem, and then all the other deaths basically occurred in maps. Resist cold. Oh yeah. I'm having an Enduring Cry, which I cast way too not often enough. And I'm using Castman Damage taking Immortal Call to have some spike physical mitigation when it's necessary. Waste Pool. Oh yeah. So yeah, this is my take on the Sire of Shards. Nice. Alchemy, shards, why not? This map has probably way too many monsters remaining, but yeah. Strand. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this build. How do you think this build can be improved in terms of survivability and especially in terms of single target? That's the problem that I have with this build currently. The single target is pretty bad. I'm using Valspark with added lightning fork and slower projectiles in the Soul Mantle. The problem is that Soul Mantle supports everything but Spell Totem, so there's not much you could put in there that's actually useful. And the Valspark, it does a little bit of damage, but I always had the feeling that I get more by just pumping out my Arctic Breath totems. So yeah, let me know what you think. This is Robert, and this canyon was a lot of fun. And I actually didn't die. 5 remaining. Cool stuff. See you in game. Oh, Devour! Ah! Bye.